In the world of fashion, few names echo through the corridors of time like Coco Chanel. Born in 1883 in the small town of Saumur, France, her legacy has left an unforgettable mark on the world of fashion. In this captivating exploration, we journey through the impact of Coco Chanel on fashion, shedding light on the woman who transformed the industry, liberating women, and redefining elegance. Chanel's early life was far from glamorous. Raised in an orphanage, despite humble beginnings, Coco Chanel's destiny was far beyond anyone's imagination. Nobody would have guessed the heights this woman would rise to in the fashion world. By the time Chanel arrived in Paris in the early 20th century, the fashion industry was dominated by opulent, extravagant designs. Chanel, however, had a different vision. She believed that fashion should be both comfortable and functional, a reflection of a woman's lifestyle and desires. Chanel's first workshop became the birthplace of revolution. She did not pay attention to the trends that were popular in the time, but forged ahead with her own ideas. She went in the industry with one core principle: to disrupt the fashion world for decades to come. She introduced a minimalist aesthetic and gave elegance a whole new meaning. Corsets were popular back in the era, but highly uncomfortable, not functional at all. She embraced easy-to-stretch, comfortable fabrics like the jersey. Believe it or not, they were considered unconventional at the time. Creations like that made Chanel the symbol of freedom for women and allowed them to be more than just eye candy. Women became much more, let's say, independent. The 1920s brought forth the era of flapper girls, and Chanel's designs were perfectly in sync with this movement. Her introduction of the little black dress, a symbol of simplicity and sophistication, became an enduring classic. It wasn't just a dress, it was a statement. A declaration that a woman could be confident, independent, and above all, chic. Chanel was not just a designer. She was an iconoclast. Her use of trousers and sailor stripes, traditionally seen as menswear, blurred the gender lines in fashion. She was, in many ways, a pioneer of androgynous style. Her designs were an assertion of women's power and equality. But Chanel's impact extended beyond clothing. In 1921, she introduced the world to Chanel No. 5, a fragrance almost everyone has heard, from charity dinners to ballrooms. Now you can't walk a mile without smelling that famous scent. That would revolutionize the perfume industry. Chanel's influence on the runway was undeniable. Her fashion shows were avant-garde, showcasing an artistic side of fashion. She elevated the runway from a mere display of clothing to an experience, a story, and a world in itself. World War II brought about scarcity and challenges, and once again Chanel rose to the occasion. She designed practical, yet stylish clothing for women who were now active participants in the workforce. Her signature tweed suits became a symbol of resilience and adaptability. After the war, Chanel burst into the fashion scene with color and exuberance. Her use of vibrant hues, structured silhouettes, and innovative fabrics redefined post-war fashion, offering a sense of hope and celebration. After the war was over, the world needed a bit of color. That's where the channel dived straight into vibrant hues and silhouettes, creating a post-war modern vibe that was both celebratory and vibrant. Accessories were an integral part of Chanel's fashion revolution. She introduced the world to the quilted handbag, which has become an iconic accessory. And let's not forget the classic Chanel pearls and camellias, symbols of timeless style and femininity. Chanel's boutiques became temples of fashion, where her distinct style was showcased. Her attention to detail was unwavering, from the interiors of her stores to the packaging of her products. She recognized that the entire experience of fashion mattered. The lure of Chanel was not confined to the world of fashion. Celebrities and artists fell in love with her designs. Icons like Marilyn Monroe, Audrey Hepburn, and Jacqueline Kennedy were often seen wearing Chanel. It was a symbol of sophistication and status. In 1954, Chanel made a triumphant return to the fashion scene after a hiatus. Her comeback collection received mixed reviews initially, but it would later be recognized as a masterpiece. Her designs were ahead of their time, embracing modishness and paving the way for modern fashion. Coco Chanel's legacy is not just about clothing and accessories, it's a philosophy. Her impact on fashion can be summed up in 3 words: timeless, versatile, and empowering. She believed that fashion should not be confined to a particular season, and her creations have indeed stood the test of time. Today, Chanel's influence extends far beyond the fashion world. It's a symbol of women's empowerment. It's a statement of strength and independence, transcending generations and backgrounds. Coco Chanel's impact on fashion can be seen in the work of countless designers who have followed in her footsteps. Her approach to blending style, simplicity, and comfort has become a guiding principle for many aspiring designers. Chanel's iconic fashion shows continue to be celebrated as a fusion of art and fashion. The runway, adorned with incredible backdrops and sets, captures the essence of her creations, often reflecting the cultural and societal shifts of the time. The impact of Coco Chanel is felt even by those too young to wear her designs. She has set a standard for fashion that transcends generations and serves as an inspiration to dream and create, reminding us that style is not confined to a moment in time. Coco Chanel was not just a designer. She was a visionary, a rebel, and an inspiration. She dared to challenge the norms of her time, and in doing so, forever altered the course of fashion. Today, her legacy lives on, an enduring testament to the power of innovation, determination, and the unyielding pursuit of true elegance. So, the next time you see a woman walking confidently in a little black dress, pearls, and a Chanel bag, Coco Chanel. She didn't just change fashion, she changed the world. Coco Chanel showed the world that there is always more to the world than the trends we seem to follow. She showed us that we can create our own trends, our own aesthetic, and that fashion is not just supposed to be extravagant, but it could also be beautiful or efficient. We can find inspiration all around us, but the story of Coco Chanel will always be something else. As we conclude our journey through the impact of Coco Chanel on fashion, remember her words: fashion fades, only style remains the same. Her style, her vision, and her unwavering commitment to redefining elegance will forever endure. Coco Chanel's influence lives on, not just in the world of fashion, but in the spirit of every woman who dares to express herself and stand tall with confidence. For more inspiring trends and tales of fashion icons, follow our channel Riches and Rags.